Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Meet the Life Changer, where we talk with the people behind the KD trainer. And today we got our life changer, Mr. Chu,
Hi everyone.
to share with us about his journey in KD trainer. Alright, Mr. Chu,
Yep.
how long have you been with KD trainer?
I've been with KD Trainer since 2018. I was a part-time back then, and in 2019, I fully joined as full-time personal trainer.
Wow,
Yes.
that's quite long, almost 8 to 9 years. So previously, you aim to become a personal trainer or do you work other jobs?
I worked a few places before, some 9 to 5 job, and in later stage of my life, I work in a family business which we operate a snake farm.
Snake
Yes.
farm.
And then why would I choose a personal training as my career for the next step is because one afternoon I was thinking I was still young. I tried to jump over a fence to go get over to a shop to buy something. I noticed I became clumsy. I was not who I used to be. I used to be quite athletic. So I found out that I am not athletic and very clumsy and fat. I would say that. So I decided to change.
How old are you during that time?
I'm about 26, 27. Just came out not long from college and started working. A lot of people, they start gaining weight. They start losing their ability to move like how they used to around that age. So then I realized I need to do something about my life. So I started exercising, and then soon I find interest in how personal trainer in my gym works, how they train other people, and I think to myself, maybe I can give this a try. So I started to find places where I see if I can work in, and I stumbled upon KD trainer, and that's how it is until today.
Start with you jumping over a fence.
Yes, starting with me jumping over not
Lepas
a
tu sekolah
railing.
ke?
No. That time I was 20 something.
Oh yeah, correct.
Yeah. So I felt very clumsy. I almost fell. So because it used to be very easy for me to just hop over a fence without any issue. Then it becomes a moment as this is not what I want to
That
be
is
like.
moment that humble you down, is it?
Yes. Even back then I thought I'm very athletic. I thought I can outrun everyone until that moment. I know if I continue like this, no, it's not going to happen anymore.
So it starts with you wanting to change your life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then it inspires you to change others, is it?
Sort of. It only because I started seeing people training in the gym, the commercial gym I went to, and I'm thinking, oh wow, maybe this can be something that I want to do. Because like a lot of people, when you see how personal trainers are working with their client, it looks exciting. It looks like they're not doing a 9 to 5 job. They're not doing paperwork. It looks unboring, I'd say. So that makes me want to see if this is something I want to do.
So to you, personal training is a cool job.
Yes, back then it's a very cool job. It looks like a very cool job. You look good. You train people. Sometimes people look up to you, asking you, "Oh, how do you look like this?" and how to be like this, or how to be stronger, how to be faster. Yeah.
So you mentioned that it started when you see personal trainer at the gym you used to work out.
Yes.
So why did you choose to work in KD trainer out of all other gyms in Penang?
Because I also know one thing about personal training is that a lot of places they would want you to do sales, and I was in sales before, and I know I'm not a good salesperson.
Okay.
I'm really not a good salesperson. So I looked out for places that says, oh, I don't have to do sales. I can focus on training people. And back then, there's only one place that is KD trainer. So I tried my luck, and the people in charge back then, Vincent, reached out to me, and then that's how we began my training, my internship, my part-time there, and those things.
So when we talk about your personal training career that right now, right? What's a life changer moment that you realize that this isn't just a 9 to 5? What's the moment you feel like you truly changed someone's life?
The first moment that I really realized this is a meaningful job actually doesn't come from me. It comes from another personal trainer. Back then, there was another trainer called Nizam. If you watch the older mid to life changer, you'll see him. He managed to change the life of one of our older clients. She's a very old client. She's 70 something. She had hip replacement. She couldn't walk well. She had issue going up and down the stairs. To a point before she left us, she was able to even hop down the stairs at 70 something years old with a hip replacement.
Wow.
When she cannot walk. And she was so happy about her life now. She can be so free. It made me see the appreciate even more what we're doing. It's not my client, but seeing how he changed her life inspired me a lot. So now if I can see my older clients, they can move well, or sometimes when I teach them the correct way to do a squat, which they realize they can do it without any knee pain, it's only because they are not doing it correctly. The bright, the spark in their eyes really does make me feel like I'm doing something I'm really happy about. I won't say it's a big change for a lot of people, but sometimes to people who cannot even walk properly or sit and rise up properly, it's really something life-changing to them that a lot of times normal people like us took for granted. Yes.
Apart from that, is there any one particular moment that you feel proud of since you become a personal trainer?
Proud. Actually, there's a few, but recently the one that I feel proud and fear a lot is when my client, his name is Daniel, can run almost as fast as me. In fact, might be faster. Makes me feel very proud that he can do that, and fear because now I have to work harder so that I don't lose out too much to my client. Yes. But that's a very good way that in a way you push your client, and then in turn their success push you to train yourself harder so that you don't get lazy with your own training as well.
Yeah, it's very inspiring to hear that. I think Daniel trained with us like 3 years
Yes,
already.
he has been training with us for 3 years.
Yeah, very consistent.
Very
player.
consistent person, yes.
You have become a personal trainer since 6 to 7 years, right? Can consider as a senior in this industry.
Yes.
How would you define a good personal trainer?
I think a good personal trainer, apart from the knowledge, updating your knowledge and all these things, is you have to care about the results of your client. A lot of times we hear horror stories of personal trainers outside. I'm not saying every one of them are the same, but those that don't really pay attention to their clients during a workout, or asking them to just keep on running for the whole session. Those horror stories that I heard from my other clients. I think one thing is you really need to be able to care about your client and understand how they feel sometimes, because not everyone's the same. A lot of times, in my initial stage of training, a lot of times we will have this problem like, why? It's also because of my inexperience. I have a frustration of not understanding why clients cannot do what you ask them to do. And slowly, as you gain your experience, okay, not everyone's the same. And people need different ways of teaching and care. Then only you realize how best you can train your client, because everyone is different. There's no one method that fits all to every client. So you really need to care about them and then find the best way to teach them, apart from the knowledge that you must have and your own experience.
Yeah, I think it's very important for you to know what your client needs. And from there we can suit which training method to them. Right?
Yes.
Yeah. So, in your opinion, let's say someone who is interested to become a personal trainer is watching this. How should someone who is interested to become a personal trainer prepare themselves?
One, you need the knowledge. So nowadays, it's very easy to learn a lot of things online. You can sign up for courses. But if you really are interested in getting involved in the industry, you need to step out. You cannot just think of how it's like and everything. You really need to get involved in the industry itself, or maybe try yourself, teach someone how to do something as something to really see how it feels like to really teach someone to do something. Oftentimes, teaching yourself is very easy, but teaching someone is really hard because like I said just now, everyone is different. Everyone absorbs things differently, and one of the key things that we really need to learn in this industry is how to teach different people a different method. Like same kind of exercise, there's a million ways to teach a million kind of people. Yes, so get yourself involved, acquire the required knowledge, and yeah, like I always tell a lot of people, you are not ready until you really put yourself into it. Then you will be ready. Then find things that you lack and improve on that.
Yeah, I like your point. You said to start with yourself first, because we need to experience the lose weight,
Yes.
gain weight, and then familiar with all the nutrition part.
Yes.
And then after we understand, only then we can.
Easier for us
Yeah.
to empathize with how our clients feel. Yes.
Correct. Yeah, actually, it's one of the requirement that we often look for in our hiring candidates. Yeah, we want to make sure that did they train themselves? Did they truly
Yes.
understand what are they doing? Yeah, that are the basic part, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But it's true. We need to keep on learning. It's not just a one-day course. You can know it all. Yeah, every day we got different challenge of client that face different
Yes.
problems. Yeah, it's a very good recommendation. Alright, so when we talk about the new joiner of this industry, what are the reality checks that every new PT should know about this career or about this industry?
The reality check is, yes, it's not a 9 to 5 job like you're used to. It's the total opposite. It's the time you are busy when others are not doing anything. So it's the opposite. That's what you have to be ready for. So it's a lot like, and it's also a lot of self-learning and discipline that you must have. So unlike a 9 to 5 job where you just follow a protocol, our job requires you to be a bit more driven when it comes to your knowledge. Yes, in order for you to help your client. So like everything in life, there's an opportunity cost to the choice you made. So if you choose to become a personal trainer, there's some sacrifices that you must make. For example, your social hours would be a little bit different from your peers, your friends, your families. So that is something you must be prepared. But if you're doing what you love, the sacrifice is more bearable, right? Just because you have more time doesn't mean you're happier. If you really like the things you do, the sacrifice is more fruitful.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's require a lot of passion, right, to become a personal trainer.
A lot of passion. I think in all industry, in order for you to strive, in order for you to succeed, in order for you to be at least happy with what you're doing, you need passion. If you don't have the passion in anything that you do, I think everything is a drag. So the answer is yes, you need a lot of passion for training yourself and training your client. Teaching someone is both frustrating and happy when you finally see that the students that you taught finally are able to achieve what they want. Or like I said, when I see that old client manage to hop down the stairs, that moment is actually very priceless.
Do you agree that become a personal trainer sometimes also become a part-time therapist?
In a lot of service industry, yes, it can become a therapy session as well. People tend to release their steam during this kind of time. For example, you go to your hair salon, you talk to your hairdresser, you talk to your masseuse. You come here, you are trying to express the frustration that you pent up throughout the day. You want to release the energy that you have been keeping it inside of you. So you just sometimes, yeah, client would tend to talk a lot more during the session to release their stress. Yeah.
Correct. So the reality checks are, this is not like a 9 to 5 regular job. The timing can be different.
Yes.
And then you need a lot of patience.
Yes.
And you need to always learn new things, how to coach your client.
Yes. And like I said, and last one is the mental burnout sometimes. You know, sometimes when in a day you have like what, 5 clients that all of them have their own issue, that they come to you, and then you have to be the one that talk to them, like acts like a therapist. A lot of people would find that a bit exhausting sometimes.
Yeah.
You know,
correct.
but same thing as a lot of things. As you get used to it, you'll get easier. You will eventually able to handle that yourself mentally and help your client mentally as well.
Betul. So as you practice more, you get involved more, it does get easier.
Yes, like a lot of things in life. Yes.
Yes. Alright. Bonus question.
Uh huh.
How would you rate your working experience in KD trainer?
8.
8 out of 10.
Huh? 8 out of 10.
Okay.
Yes. I mean, like all places in the world, there's always improvements. I'm not saying we are perfect,
Okay.
but we are. I am confident that we provide a very good environment for training and also for our staffs to work, and we try our best, at least, yes, to accommodate to as many issues that our personal trainers, that our front lines, our HR, everyone is trying their best to be able to do their best. Yes.
Yeah. So like-minded people, when they work together, they're able to achieve what is their target.
Yes, it's easier to achieve a goal if you have like-minded people. That's true. Yeah, but I do appreciate sometimes it's a bit of difference, because diversity is also a strength many times. More ideas can spark out of diversity.
Alright. Thank you, Chu, for the good sharing. A
Thanks.
lot of new info. Hope to get okay. Thank you for the sharing. And for anyone outside that watching this, if you're looking to become a personal trainer as your next career, comment below and hit us up. We will talk
Yes.
to you.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.